2 points intersect, we can set them equal to each other. So officially, we are setting C of x equal to D of x, which just means both of my y values are the same. This one we'll do algebraically. Most of the rest of them we're going to do graphically. Equals 2. So, when we're solving a quadratic, normally we get 0 on one side and letters on the other. But if all you've got is a squared term and a bunch of numbers, we're going to solve it just like a linear equation. What do we do with linear equations? Move everything to one side and variables to the other. So what has to be moved? The 7. So we're going to add 7 here and here. Next step, simplify. X squared 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. Okay. Unlike linear equations, which have one solution, quadratics should have 2 because my exponent is 2. So the way we would solve this is we would undo the squaring. How do you undo a square? So we take the square, whatever you do one side, do the other. Now this is something that many math teachers do not discuss. What they just say is, okay, simplify. What's the square root of x squared? X. And what's the square root of 9? 3. How many answers is that? 1. How many answers are we supposed to have? 2. All right. So let's not do that. You take the square root of x squared. Remember, we have 2 answers. Okay. What 2 numbers can I square to get positive 9? Positive 3 and negative 3. So now how would we show that? We go on the number line. We're talking about distances. What symbol do we use for distances? Anybody remember? Edwin! The vertical line things. What are those called? Absolute value. So when you take the square root of x squared, what you're really doing is taking the absolute value of x. So if you go to your equation editor, watch. Press the pi button. Okay? And you see absolute value? It's there. Go to the first column. 5th row. Boop. Okay. What's the square root of 9? So in English, this is what this means. Absolute value means find all the numbers that are 3 away from 0. On the number line, how many directions do we have? 2. We got the left, we got the right. What 2 numbers are 3 away from 0? Positive and negative 3. So we want the points of intersection. So let's take a look at a graph. Now graph. X squared minus 70 and then equals 2. Well, we should be able to figure this out. What is the y value? It's right there. What's the y value going to be? 2. So we're looking at negative 3, 2. Close, comma, open, positive 3, 2. If you graph it, let's just confirm with the graph. X squared minus 7. Squared minus 7. Now, when you want a horizontal line, you notice what I didn't put here? What did I have? I didn't put up here. I didn't do y equals. If I just put a 2 here, it's like, that's nice. You wrote the number 2. We need a y equals. Oh no, where's my intersection? It's I could scroll or I could just boop. Okay, so there's my confirmation. Okay. All right. So let's try these ones here. Let's set them equal to each other. Do that first step. Set them equal to each other. And then we're going to do this one together. X plus 7, close, open, x minus 4, close, equals x minus 4. Do you remember what I said about quadratics? we have other stuff going on. We want to set it equal to 0. So this is going to take a minute. So you need to pay real close attention. Okay? This is different than anything you've ever done before. So do not lose your concentration on this part. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to subtract this sucker here because this one has one term and this one has 2. What's easier, taking one term away or 2? So I'm going to put this way off to the side. I know Desmos will do this, but I want to show you how to do this algebraically because at some point Desmos will not help us with the answers. So I'm going to put this at the end. Take our time with this. X plus 7, x minus 4. X plus 7, close, open, x minus 4, close, minus parentheses, x minus 4, close, equals 0. So it looks a little bit more complicated than the original. I know. Type this out, Chris. Hang in there. What your fingers do to walk in. Yeah, you don't understand that anymore. That's an old reference to something called the Yellow Pages. So before the interwebs, if you wanted to find the number of like your local plumber, you had to know the plumber's name, and you opened up something called a phone book. And in the Yellow Pages is where the businesses were, and they had to pay for that. Okay, so instead of paying for a Facebook ad, they paid for an ad in the Yellow Pages. So whenever grandma or grandpa say, let your fingers do the walk-in, that means you need to open up a book and page through, and it's alphabetical. So you had your plumber's name was ZZZ Plumbers. You didn't get a lot of action because where is that alphabetically? At the end. So that's why you're going to still see some businesses with names like Quadruple A Plumbing, because in the Yellow Pages, that was the first thing. Anyway, all right. Oh, look. Do you see anything in common? All right, so we're going to be doing a little factoring here. This is going to take a minute. Control A, Control C, Control V. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to look at these x minus 4s as factors. Okay? So, we have x plus 7. We've got, well, let's do it this way. We're going to kind of reverse stuff around. Okay? We're going to look at x minus 4 as our common factor. I know we haven't done a lot of factoring in here, so bear with me. So let's move it around a little bit. Just get rid of it for a sec and then put it back. And reverse it. What property allows me to do that? Not distributive. Take 2 numbers and multiply them in any order we want. Wow, commutative. Okay, so we're going to make a little brackety here. Ready? Bracket. Got x plus 7, but now I'm factoring out x minus 4. How many x minus 4s are here? So we're going to come over here. Pop. Change it to 1. And close my brackety. This is the hardest part. This takes a little bit of thought. Okay. So I have 2x minus 4s. I factor out 1. I have x minus 7, and then I have minus 1, because 1 times x minus 4 is x minus 4. Now what do you think you're going to do inside the brackets? I have x plus 7 minus 1. Do I even need the parentheses anymore in here? Nope. We do it the 7 and the 1. Fine. A little Control A, Control C, come down here. Control V, I know, this is new. I'm going to get rid of the bracket, turn it back into a parenthesis, and 7 minus 1 is 6. We done these now? Can you tell me what the 2 answers are? Just type them out. Don't say them. Come down here, you should be able to know what your 2 answers are right now. X equals or A. A minute. And then we'll confirm this with a graph. What do I subtract 4 from to get to 0? 4. What do I add to positive 6 to get to 0? So let's confirm this, because you're like, this is really confusing. Can we just use Desmos? Okay. Okay. So ready? I'm just going to take this piece right here. Control C. So just the left-hand side. Go to Desmos. Going to get rid of the stuff I had there. Paste it. Not you. I'll just type it in. X plus 4 and x minus 7, right? No, x minus 4, x plus 7. All right, Joel? How many crickets? All right. So can we see that it crosses here and here? So now we're just putting in the x minus 4. So where are we crossing at? 4 and -6. Okay. Oh, I like that way better. Okay. But right now, that's fine. Can I just use Desmos? Okay. That's fine. Okay. Because that other stuff really is confusing. I know, because you haven't factored like at all. And it's not like a huge part of this course, and they just kind of threw that in there, so it's a little confusing. But we're okay with 4 -6 now? Now that you can see the pictures? Pictures, good. All right, so you do these. Okay, just use the pictures. So graph this one, find out where they intersect. Graph this one, find out where they intersect. Okay, try those two. First one, not too bad, right? How many times does it cross? Once? Just once? Really? I think it's twice. So once at 2 -18. Did I have to change my window maybe on that one? Probably. Okay. And where's the other one at? 40. 40 seems to be popular. Not decimal point. Ready? Let's take a look at the next one. Hey, what's 1 times -8? What's 2 times -4? Did they intersect at 0, -8? Did I need a graph for that? Okay, so if your numbers multiply together to be the same answer, your y-intercept is where they're going to intersect. And in this case, they don't intersect in more than one place. 0, -8. Okay? Questions? All right. Let's try one more. Woohoo! I'll give you a hint. They definitely intersect in more than one place. It's only 3. So 2x plus 3, x minus 5. Okay. 2x plus 3. Make sure you get the signs correct, because if you don't get the signs right, the rest is going to be poopy. All right. Somebody help me out with the other one. They don't have any common factors, so what are they? X plus 5.
X plus 1.
X plus 1. X minus 3. Okay. So I can see already it's going to cross somewhere down here. Oh, look, the y-intercepts again. Because what's 3 times -5? -15. What's 5 times 1 times -3? -15. So that's 1 point. So 0, -15. Come on now. Parentheses 0, comma, -15, comma, oopsies, close parentheses, comma, open parentheses. All right, let's see what the other ones are. So is any more down here? Oh, look at here. 2 -21. So 2, comma, -21. And then I can kind of see, if I come back up here, they're both kind of heading up. They're getting a little closer. And there's my third one. -324. Okay. Do you think there's a more efficient way to do this?
Yeah.
Do you think it might be a little bit more complex to do? Yeah. Will we do that at some point? Will we do that before the quiz? Okay. We're done. Do the cool down. Or finish the other cool down.